you open your Facebook account, and then you open a new tab on your browser, and you go to business.facebook.com. So business.facebook.com. So you can do the same on your mobile device. Go to your Google Chrome, open on your Google Chrome, you open your Facebook account on your mobile browser Chrome, then you open a new tab and do the same. Then you change your view settings to desktop on your mobile device, or you can decide to download the Facebook Ads Manager, Meta Ads Manager on the Google Play Store or your App Store. So you download it and install it on your device and follow exactly what we are doing. It's the same thing. So but I'm using a desktop. So when you open your business.facebook, the first thing you do, you need to create a business portfolio. That is the first thing you do. You come here, you can see I already have existing. Now by default, Facebook gives you an ad account, the one that comes with your Facebook name or your Facebook account. But we are going to be creating a new, I already have existing ones. Now I want to create a new business portfolio. This business portfolio will house your ads account. And the reason we are doing this is because Facebook are very quick to block accounts. So if they block your ads account with the one that comes with your default Facebook account, if they block that account, you will not be able to run ads using that Facebook. So you probably have to go and open a new Facebook. In fact, the stress is not worth it. So the best thing to do is create a different or a new portfolio that will house your ads account. So a portfolio or a business portfolio is like a portfolio that will manage. You can have different ads accounts. So you can have a portfolio, let's say a business portfolio that you call you give it any name you like. Let's say real estate ads account, or my real estate portfolio or business. So depending on the name of your company or whatever name you want to use, I will show you now. So once we do that, we proceed to create. You see, as I create it, you see the process. But I'm trying to explain the reason why we are doing this, so that when we create the account, you would be able to, once we create the portfolio, the business portfolio, we'll be able to create multiple. We can create multiple ads account that will manage our different maybe businesses. If maybe you want one for your real estate business, you want another one for your home decor, for whatever business you're doing. So we can call this any name we want. It can be just pick any random name you are comfortable with. Let's say real estate, or just call it XYZ business. So the first name Victor, that's surname. You can pick your email address, and you create. So I've created. Now it's telling me I have reached my business portfolio, and that is because I have about 3 business portfolio already. So if you have not created anyone, you'll be able to do this. So now when you create it, let's look at one of the ones I have here. This is one of the account I have here. So once you create this account, you can open it. Once you open it, you see it here. You are able to create ads account. So if you create it, you come to the ads account. You see it here. You are able to add. You can add a new ads account. Create new ads account. You call it whatever you like. Just real estate. Let's say real estate. You pick your time zone. Let's look at Lagos. Sorry. So your currency should be in your local, so you are charged in your local currency. If you pick dollar, you'll be charged in dollar. If you pick naira, you'll be charged in naira. But depending on your location, so it's for this ad account is for this business portfolio. So you confirm, and then you go ahead to, you agree to the terms and conditions, you create your ads account. So you need to verify this ads account. So verification code, and we have created our ads account. So we, once we have created our ads account, this is the ads account we created. You assign a user to it, and you assign, so the user will be your personal Facebook account. You assign it to that ads account. So, and that is it, we are done. So now we can use this ads account to create ads or to run ads. So with this, you can come here, come back to the home, you come back to your ads manager, and you go to campaign. So, and from your ads campaign, you can create ads. So this, you see the ads manager here, and when you drop down, you see your other business, this thing, your other business account, your personal ads account, and these are the two that comes with this business portfolio, and this one has no ads account. So we can add our payment method, but we'll do that later. But okay, let's see. For the payment method, you put your region and you put next. If you want to fund the account, you fund it now, but I don't want to fund my account now, so you can close this, close it. So once you're here, you can start creating your account, or your ads rather. So you come to create. Now in creating account, it's important to understand, the first thing you need to do is to choose your objective. Why do you want to run the ads? What's the purpose of these ads? And in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to run ads as a realtor, or as a real estate agent. So in keeping that in mind, that would help us or guide us in picking or deciding the objective we'll go with. So our objective the objective we decide to pick will be dependent on the kind of ads we want to run. So I'll briefly explain all of this campaign objective. If you want to run awareness ads, what you're simply doing is telling people about your business. You don't want them to do anything. Just show your ads to as many people as possible. You're not trying to sell. You're not trying to get them to do anything. Just hear about my business. Oh, my business is XYZ. This is what I do. That's, you're creating an awareness. And keep in mind that depending on the campaign objective you pick, the cost it also affects the cost. So it's going to cost you more if you're running a traffic campaign as compared to an awareness campaign, because awareness, you're not looking to achieve anything, you're just telling people about what you do. So of course they're not going to bill you so much. But if you're running something like a traffic campaign, so a traffic campaign is that you are pulling people from Facebook to your website, or to your landing page, or to another destination outside Facebook. So of course Facebook is going to charge you way higher than somebody who is running awareness campaign. So for maybe awareness campaign, for 1 million views, they may charge you maybe $5 or $2 as an example. But for traffic, they may be charging you that amount for maybe 100 views, because you're trying to pull people away from their platform to your destination or to your landing page. So traffic objective is to move people from Facebook to your website or to your landing page or to some other location. So for engagement is similar to awareness, but in engagement you want people to send you message, you want them to purchase through either messaging you or you want them to view your video, you want them to like your page, to respond to your post or your content. You use engagement. So engagement, you're not even trying to make sales really, you're just trying to get people to engage you. So if you are a content creator, you use engagement because you want views, you want likes, you want shares. You're not paying for anything serious for sales or conversion. No, you just want people to engage with your content. That's, you go with engagement. Then for leads is similar to sales, and this is the one we're going to be using as realtors. So leads is that you want them to see your ads, give you their information because they are interested in your product or in your service. So they will drop their name, their email, their phone number, so you can follow up or follow them up. So because they are interested, so they are serious buyers or they are serious, prospects or leads. So you go with leads. So they'll submit a form. From the form, they'll submit their details. That is leads. Then for app promotion, you're trying to promote your app. Maybe your app is on the Google Store, on the Apple Play Store, or the Apple Store. You go with app promotion. Then for sales is similar to leads. Sales, you're trying to sell. So maybe you're trying to sell a physical product, or even a service. You go with sales. So you post your ads. When people see it, they contact you. They can contact you through the Facebook Messenger, or they contact you through WhatsApp or through Instagram, whichever you decide, or even through calls. So sales, you can, if you're running a real estate company, you can do sales for real estate. You can do sales or leads, but I prefer leads, so I'm going to go with leads. So now we have either automatic. They recommend to go with automatic, but no, we'll go with manual. So for automatic, Facebook is going to optimize your ads. They're going to pick every details you need to run the ads themselves. But I don't prefer that. I prefer manual, because manual allows us to pick what we want. The kinds of we decide the kind of code. We know our market better than Facebook. They don't know all the details as it concerns our market. So we're going to be picking manual, and then we put a campaign name. Always name your campaign so that you're able to distinguish your different campaigns, because this is not the only ads we'll run in the future. Tomorrow you may want to run for a certain property, so you can call this maybe property in Lagos. Maybe the name of the estate or the name of the property, just so as an example. So our objective is leads. We are using the option type. So it's also important again that the two things you are doing here: you name your campaign, and you also, if you are running real estate ads, you also select your category. This is for housing. So if you are running either a financial product or services, maybe you are running for bank, savings, investments, all of those things, anything that require people that falls under the financial sector, you select this. If you are doing employment, maybe you want people to apply for a job or internship or something, you choose this. If it's real estate, you choose housing. These are special categories. And the last one is also, if you are running maybe stuff related to social issues or elections, you choose this. But for us, we are doing real estate, so we choose housing. And in choosing housing, my location is Lagos, so I leave it to Lagos. So you go next. So now we're in the second, we're in the subset. These are ad sets here. So in this level, you can also name it, because you may decide to have different ad sets. And the reason for this is you may want to test different variations of your ad. So maybe in this one, I want to pick, we'll see all of this as I explain further. We may want to make different changes. Okay, in this one, I want this to happen, but in my other ad set, I want to do something different. So this allows you, so you may just give it any name you like, property, or just Lagos property 1, Lagos property 1, just any name that is convenient for you. So it's asking you now, how do you want to get their lead? Where do you want to convert? Where do you want the conversion location to be? So where do you want them to submit their form? Is it on your website? That's either the first one is website and instant form. So lead through both your website. So if you have a landing page where you want them to fill their details, you pick this. You pick the first one. But if you want them to do it strictly, for the first one, you are doing it both on Facebook and on your website. But if you want them to do it only on your website, you want to direct them to your website to fill the form, you choose your website. If you want them to go to your website to fill their form and also call you, you choose this. But if you want them to fill the form only on Facebook alone, you leave it at this instant form. So they are filling the form on Facebook if you don't have a website. And if you want them to do that using Messenger, you choose this. This also is for instant form, that's on Facebook and on the Messenger. This is on Instagram, then there's WhatsApp, there's calls. So for the purpose of this video, we'll be using instant form, and then we choose our Facebook page. Which Facebook page do you want to use to run this ads? So you pick your page, and then you agree to the terms and conditions. of Facebook. You read through these terms and conditions, you agree, and yeah. So once you pick your page, you scroll down to this performance goal. The performance goal is asking you what do you want to achieve with this ad. Maximum number of leads is that you want to get as many leads as possible, as many prospects, as many interested people as possible. The second one is you want to maximize for number of conversion leads. So this second one means I'm not just interested in leads, I'm interested in people that would most likely buy. So this one will reduce the number of your lead, because it's like having a physical shop. 10 people can come to your shop to indicate interest in your product, but only one may decide to buy. That's the first one now. So if you want the 10 people to come into your shop and market to them and see if they will buy, you pick this. But if you want maybe just that 1 or 2 people that will buy, let them come, no problem. I don't want 10 people, give me, you pick this second one. So it depends on what you want. Anyone is fine. So but the purpose of this video, I will maximize for the number of conversion leads. So Facebook is able to predict, maybe by the actions of their customers or their users, they know people who are more likely to convert, who are likely to buy from you. So it gives you more serious leads. So we'll go for maximum number of leads. So we'll come down, can decide to put on the dynamic creative. So it helps you to optimize your ads, your images for different platforms. Instagram, so where your images are small, it makes them bigger and all of those. So for your daily budget, I think the minimum is $1. So $1 is around 1.6 or thereabout. So you can choose what works for you. But for a high ticket product like real estate, it's always advisable to go with a big budget, because we are selling expensive products. So it's the budget is important. That your budget has to reflect what you are trying to sell. For somebody who is selling clothes, you can't have the same budget with somebody who is selling real estate, because the product is expensive. So you may be spending 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, but you know that if you are able to make one deal or close one deal, you are able to recover your expenses. So whatever works for you, 5,000, 2,000, 20,000, you pick your budget. When you want it to start, so it's starting 7th. If you want it to end, you put the end date. Once you click here, you're able to select when you want it to end. But I'll leave it open so that when I run out of money, the ads would stop. So now this is where we choose our audience. Who do we want to see this ad? So this is different for different people. Some people, you decide the kind of customers you want to advertise to, depending on your niche or your market. For us in the real estate, first thing I would like to start with is their age. I know that people around 18 are not buying properties. They are still in school. They are trying to find their feet. So I like to go around maybe people from 35, 40, or less. We can even go down to 30. It depends on you, right? It depends on you. You know your market. So we can say 30 to, I can leave it at 65. People in their 60s. That's for the age. So you have a fair idea of the age. So for gender, we're going for both men and women. So this is why I said you may need 2 AdSense or 3 if you want to try things and you have the budget for it. So I've always wanted to try just men, because I've discovered that men buy properties a whole lot more than women, right? Women buy, but men buy more. So you may decide this on this ad set, you may leave it for both gender. On the next ad set, you can decide to go with just men and see what works better. You try, most times, ads are usually, you test the market to see what works better. So but I'll leave it at all genders. So we can also look at the location. So depending on the location of your property or the people you are trying to target, you have to target the whole Nigeria. Here now it's presently in the whole Nigeria. If I want to pick certain locations, I don't want to pick the whole Nigeria, I can decide to do that here. So I may decide to go with, let's say, since this property is in Lagos, I want to target just Lagos, Lagos, Nigeria. So now only Lagos. Okay, I may say, okay, people in Abuja may be interested in land in Lagos. Let's add Abuja since it's a major city. Okay, maybe people in Port Harcourt. So you decide the locations you believe clients, your ideal clients, to be, located, and they may be interested in that property. So we have picked, so I'll just go with this for now, right? But you pick your locations, and then you the next thing we're going to be doing is our detailed targeting. So detailed targeting has the demographic and the interest. So what this means is, where the people you're trying to target, what do they like, how do they behave, what are their interests, where can you find them. So you're able to pick the characteristics you want in your ideal client. So for me now, one thing I know that people who have the means to buy property do a lot is they like to travel a lot. So you can look for something like frequent travelers. So okay, let's say travelers. So look at, so here now in the behavior, you see frequent international travelers. So these people are people who have traveled abroad more than once in the last 6 months. So select it. We know that, okay, these people have traveled out of the country in the last 6 months, so they have the money to buy from us. So we can also say, okay, what else do they like? First class travel. No, now this, you may pick first class travel also, but these are people who have these are people who have liked pages that talked about first class travel. Anybody can like a first class travel page, even the rich or the poor. So I don't like to go with this criteria a lot, because anybody can do that. And we can also look at something like engaged shoppers. So engaged shoppers, these are people who have bought something on Facebook in the last 6 months. So people who have clicked on call to action button, that is shop now, in the past week. So meaning they've seen ads before that, other ads on Facebook, and they clicked on the shop now. So they are most likely people who are willing to buy, right? It's not, keep in mind that not everybody who clicks buy now will buy. Some are serious, right? But we are trying to pick out some interest or behavior we may get from people, our ideal client. So it's possible that our ideal client are people who buy things on Facebook, so they are likely to click on engaged shoppers. So we can decide to pick this. We can also decide to look for other things. Do they like to shop a lot? So for shopping, this has to do with people that like pages that talk about shopping. I don't want to go with this. I don't like anything that has to do with page. I want to be sure that either you are actually doing the activities, or you are you have genuine interest in that thing, using other metrics or behavior. So we can look at phones. I think we can look at phones. So you can look at their kinds of phone. Okay, let's see. So you can pick only people that use smartphones, or people who like pages that. So we can pick iPhones, people that use iPhones. Let's see. So people that have accessed Facebook through iPhones. Let's say iPhone. So recently detected. So I can say from iPhone 14 and above are people who have the kind of money we want. So we can pick people that are using iPhone 14. You can add iPhone 15. Just sit down, draft out all the interests, the behaviors, things you believe are in tandem with the market you are trying to convert for. So once you've done all of those things, there are a lot, but these are some of it. You can also narrow your audience if you don't want. So you want to, for example, if you want to narrow your audience, you can say people who are frequent travelers, right? And then they should also be online shoppers. So you use it to narrow the audience, that if your interest is this, your interest should also be that, so as to narrow down and always look at your audience definition. So from this thing, I was saying that our estimated audience is around 4.5 million to 5.3 million people. So it's fairly broad. If you choose too many interests, the it gets overly broad. Don't make it too broad. 5 to 10 million is okay. This range is an ideal range. And also don't make it too narrow. Maybe your reach is 100 people. You will not be able to get a lot of leads because now you have made your audience too small. So this gives you an idea of the number of people you are likely to reach. So keep this in mind when you are picking your interest and your demographic, right? So this is important. Always keep it broad or somewhere in the middle. So now after that, we go to our placement. Where do you want your ads to appear? So Facebook has the automatic placement where they recommend where they will put your ad. Facebook has so many platforms. They have Instagram, they have Threads, they have on their Facebook, they have different platforms. They have the marketplace, they have their Facebook feed. So there are so many places they will put your ads. But I like to go with manual because for the automatic, Facebook is going to show your ads on places that will not convert so much because people hardly visit those places, and they are going to charge you a lot of money putting ads on those places. So if you want to run on both Instagram and Facebook, you leave this Instagram. If you want to run on only Facebook, you remove Instagram and leave Facebook. If you want audience, you remove this. We don't need this audience network. Now real estate converts well on Facebook and Instagram, so it's ideally leave it on Facebook and Instagram. They do very well. So now we come down. We want it to appear on Facebook feeds. That's the home page of the Facebook app. But we don't want it on profile fields. We want it on Instagram fields. That's the home page. I don't want it on Instagram. So anyone you don't want, just take it out. I don't want it on Facebook Marketplace. If you want it, you can leave it, but those places do not really convert. We want it just on their Facebook and Instagram field. So you keep removing all. I don't want it in stories and reels. I don't want it in their ads. In their ads for reels. I don't want it in their. You can leave it in their search result if you like, but I'll leave this. Let me just leave the search result. So, but whatever works for you. So once you are done with your placement, you move to the next, and that is where we'll be imputing our actual ad. So our ad name can be, pick a name, whatever you're comfortable with. Property ads. Just give it a name. Property ads, whatever. So property ads. So here you pick your Facebook page, you pick your Instagram account. If you've not connected it, you connect it. I've not connected mine. You can use our Facebook here, just leave it as it is. But if you have an Instagram account, you can connect it here. Once you click this button, it takes you to log into your Instagram account, so you connect it, so it appears on both your Facebook and your Instagram account. But if you leave it as it is, Facebook will use your Facebook page to run it on Instagram. So that works also. So here we'll be imputing our actual ads creative. So our images, our videos, whatever it is we're using for ads, we'll be imputing it here. So now, yes, here is really, really important. So because it's important because we, like I've said in a previous video, it's important that your offer is good. If your offer is not good, your ads, no matter how much you spend on your ads, it's not going to cover, because what people are interested in is what you are selling. If they don't like what you are selling, nobody buys. So here we select what we want to advertise for. If it's a video, you can select it here. You go to your upload and look for the video. If it's an image, we'll look for the image. So let's use, okay, I have let's pick any of this image. So I will continue. So this is our image. So we're saying property for sale in Lagos. So we put an headline. So headline is the catchy text that people will see when they see the ads. So the headline, we can say property for sale. So property for sale. You can add a description. describe your property. So you can just put, I don't want to put so much, just pick some elements of your property. It could be additional details, just put it there, you know, describing the property. So what do you want them to do? The call to action. So you can use apply any of these ones. You can use apply now, book now, download, get quote, subscribe. So for us now, we want them to, let's say, book now. So if we want them to book for an inspection or give us their list, can use learn more or book now. Let me put learn more. So for those who are interested, or who are interested and want more details about the property, but let's use book now. So you pick the one that works best for your market. So here now we'll create the form. So here we'll create our instant form, the form where they will be submitting their details for us. So we can call the form whatever I want. My property Lagos form, just call it property Lagos form. So now, what's our intent? Do we want more volume? Like I explained earlier, more volume means you want more customers, whether they are serious or unserious, as much as possible, just come. But if you want higher intent, you want maybe not so much customers, but the serious ones. So I like to go with higher intent. I like to sieve out the unserious ones. I don't just want volume, I want quality. So this also requires them to, do you want them to verify their phone number with the passcode? So what this does, or what this also do, is that if you click this, it means by the time they are filling the form, they will have to verify their phone number. Now you have to understand that this is good and it's also maybe not so good. It depends on how you look at it, because you want people, when people are filling a form or when people are trying to reach you, if the process in reaching you is burdensome or is stressful, some people may decide not to stress themselves anymore. So if they come and they are seeing book code, they may just decide to go to end the whole process entirely, right? But also it's also good in the sense that for anybody who is willing to maybe go through the stress of verifying their code, it shows that they're really, really serious. Because a lot of times, even after picking higher intent or you still see unserious people. So this is an extra measure to sieve out serious and unserious people. So if you want to be sure that okay, you are willing to go through the stress of verifying your phone number, it shows you are serious. So you can leave this. You can leave this tick on. So it depends on you. But if you have a very high budget, I would advise you do this. Or if your budget is limited, you can remove it so you can get as much leads as possible. So but whatever you decide is fine. So the same thing with Rich Creative. For Rich Creative also, it's also an extra step they have to take. They can be able to look at your other properties. They can look at your company images and any other thing you want to add to your form. You can do that, but we'll go with higher intent. So now for sharing settings, select who can submit and share this form. So do you want only people who are delivered your ads that can submit this form, or you want your ad, or you want it open so that your ads can be shared and anyone can submit this form? So I will leave it open. Anybody can submit. I don't want only people who have viewed my ads. Anybody who is interested can share, so that we can call them and sell them. So there is a flexible form delivery. Allow Meta to adjust or remove elements. So let's leave it at optimize. So Facebook will be able to tailor the form to each person. So Facebook knows their users better. So we'll leave it so that it's unique for each person. So the next step now is to our intro. So let people know any relevant details. So you just tell them, please fill in your details below. So if there's any additional information you want, you can add if you want. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's go back. There's an error. So additional, I don't even, we can remove the greetings altogether. I don't want. Let's go to the next question. So can tell them the same. Let's use this to please fill in your details, right? So now what details do we want? We want I like this. I'm okay with their full name, their phone number. We want this before their email. So if you want it to be optional, meaning if they like, they put in their phone number. If they want it, then you click this. If you click this, it becomes optional, but I want it to be important, so it's not optional. They must fill it, because we want to call them or want to mail them. So these two are not optional, so leave it as it is. So we'll come down and we'll go next. So private policy. So this is your page. They will tell you visit your page for private policy. So on your website, on the link on your website, you're supposed to have your privacy policy. So on your, but if you don't have a website, just go to any real estate company, maybe just Google real estate companies in your location, maybe in your location. So just so let's look at this, if they have privacy policy on their website. So you come down, okay, they don't have. So go back, let's look at this. They don't have. Go back, let's use Nigerian Property Center. I know they have, so just go down to their privacy policy. So this privacy policy, you click it, and once you copy this link, go back to you paste the link to their privacy policy. So Facebook just needs it to protect themselves against litigation. They want to be sure that you are using people's information properly. So and they need that to. So this, you review your screen, so you can see that they are putting their full name, phone number, email. We're okay with this, we go next. So we're all set. So once they have filled the form, what do you want to tell them? You tell them thank you, you are all set. You tell them you can visit our website or create a form. So if you don't have a website, instead of visiting, you can tell them you can call us now. So that's fine. That was, so instead of going to your website, if you have a website, you can put the URL. But if you don't have a website, you can send them to either a file. Let's say if your property has the documentation, or and a PDF you want them to read, or if you want them to call your business. I like this, so call my business. So you put your phone number so they can call you. Sorry, since I'm in Nigeria, I just put in my phone number. So call me now, that's action button. So then if you want them to also, if you want to connect your leads in your messenger, you can add this, but I'll leave it as it is. So call me. So once they are done filling the form, they'll say thank you, you are all set, call us now. And when they call this number, it will take them to my phone number and they will call me. So you create the form. So once we create the form, we are done with the form. So we have created our form. So we are done with the whole art process. We see that everything, there's no error, everything is all good. So we can then publish. So when we publish, or before we publish, remember we have not funded. So here let me just show us briefly how you can fund. So you if you're in Nigeria, we have difficulty paying with our dollar card. So but they've started working right now, but I've not tested them out. But you can pay in Naira with your Valve or MasterCard. So you go with this, the last option. So you continue. So here you can either use a transfer or you use your card. You fill in your details, then you pay. And once you pay, your account will be funded. And once your account is funded, your ad will be published. So it will take a while. They would review your ads, and once they review it, if there are no issues with it, it will be approved. So once it's approved,